Today's been kind of lit, like you
Yeah.
know, like seeing Rise here, like I get it, Gen.G too, but both of them had incredible games going into this one, man. And right as this happens, by the way, Rise, yes, taking away the round. 2 players end up going down, so some reinvestments back. But yeah, I can't wait for more days like today, man. I'm honest.
Yeah, I mean, the Viet squad repping us out here. You know, I'm myself in Vietnamese, so, you know, seeing Rise do really, really good so far, it's honestly super sick. I honestly compare their, like, crazy, okay, it's no pun intended, but their crazy rise over the last week to, like, the NRG style that we saw way back a couple months ago, how they kind of just rose through the ranks. If Rise can do the same thing, and honestly, it is a real possibility, it would be a very similar story to NRG. But here in this round, it's going to be a big one for Rise. It's basically their bonus round. Shakes is going to force up that Phantom. Poise is going to work with a Frenzy. So maximize the credits out of this round. Gen.G setting themselves up in a 2-3 split. The focus back towards mid. Well, Sean can use his util to get this information, as already we see a Trailblazer going out, and he gets a whole lot of info, even stunning Shakes. There is so much info that the mid players come in, and Kusta prepared for that frag. Is going to kick us off with a 4v5 in favor of Gen.G.
Okay, great play over towards Elevator, but we still gotta focus over towards Heaven, which Sean has completely abandoned. Out goes his Hawk, but still gonna get taken down. So still 3 players around that area. Sean getting ready for the take, and it's gonna be Derek finally going out for the swing, and 3 players dropping at the same time. 1 player in the back of sight. Mikhail can't get anything done. It's a trade back for Shakes, and now it's Nature and GMD posted up on a 2-on-3, making a 1-on-3. Shakes with a big one right onto GMD from on top of the wall. That's his 3rd of the round. Nature now 1v3. Shanks at 8 HP, finally going for the plant. There it goes! The snake bite from Nature, line up on the wall. Well, not even just a lineup, just ponging it off the wall. And now poised. Last person remaining in a 1v1. Nature only 1 step away from completing a 1v3.
He's trying to fake a little bit of information. That actually could be really huge. So he fakes that he's gone down the zip, and he's made that tap, but the camera's going to reveal nonetheless. 9 bullets left. Does he want to commit to a reload? It doesn't look like it. It comes down to the headshot, and Poise with a Vandal is going to take the 1 shot to the Dome of Nature and find Rise a 3rd round. It's a costly round for Rise, but in the grand scheme of things, because it was their bonus, there's really no harm done there. Gen.G now going to be fully reset, have to work against Rise, who are now building up a massive economy here on the attacking side of Split.
It's not a vape, chat. It's vitamin D. What the fuck?
Yeah, going into this next one, it's going to be yet another light and easy, easy one, of course. Gen.G sticking out back on those pistols.
It's vitamin D.
Still thinking about Rise in that last round.
I'm a health nut. I do not.
Yet another,
I don't vape.
More or less simple split.
I'm never gonna. I don't look on. I don't look down on people who vape.
sort of feeling Gen.G.
Because everyone vapes for whatever reason.
That last retake, Nature certainly at least making it possible, but want to see a little bit more off of this defense early on. It's gonna be a bit of a default. The first time for the Sully.
Yeah, and I think it's really Rise not wanting to overcompensate, knowing that this is an eco round. You want to play the anti-eco really safe, especially when you're in this financial situation. You've won your bonus. Maximize your credits. Don't lose too many people in this round, because you're going to be really set up for the next coming rounds, and honestly, could be for the entirety of this half. So Kusta, just around this corner, there's a poison orb, and Shanks is going to be good for the first. Now, what is the response? Because Nature, he is alone here. He's going to get, no matter what, the guaranteed Viper's Pit in the next round. But again, this is about keeping players alive here for Rise, and about taking guns away out of Rise's hands for Gen.G.
Economic damage is what Gen.G is trying to go for. Neptune on a nice HP at 69. Goes down to 0. GMD comes up from behind, takes down Neptune. And
that could have been so good.
Gen.G, they have surrounded the exits for Rise. They have to bounce on out, and it does look like Gen.G are mainly playing around this perimeter, but they're about to pop. You see a Sky Flash getting prepared over towards Heaven. That's about to go out. The wall getting taken down, but out goes the wide swing. 2 players in ramp go down in 1 fell swoop. The Sky in Heaven is down, and Poise with the last kill onto Mikhail. So good cleanup from Rise. That was just Gen.G making 1 last attempt and almost literally getting timinged out. But again, good landing on their feet.
Yeah, really nice ending there as well.
Maybe.
They know that the wall is being knifed behind them, so they're like, okay, we are ready for this burst. They're going to come from A-ramp, they're going to come from behind. Let's just take the fight A-ramp, get those 2 kills, be ready to pivot behind, and that's exactly what Rise do. Gen.G, back on their full buy, like I mentioned in the last round. Nature's going to have that Viper's Pit, and he's going to use it really early towards A main, and it looks like Rise are trying to anticipate that. They might want to force him out. Shanks has got the knives, he's even got a judge, so he's definitely looking out to clear this angle. There goes the Viper's Pit, and really, Nature, if he goes down rotations, they're only going to be towards the Heaven side. It will be Rise who has full control of that site, but it's a slow start. They understand the pressure there, and it's not worth the risk to just charge head first, especially when you don't have the flashes necessary to clear out that kind of angle.
Don't be rude. Am I being rude?
Good point. It's just this comp that ends up leaving them out to dry in a situation like this, but you know, it is still good that they haven't invested too much utility in actually trying to fight back for A main. They have abandoned that aspect, and now they go over back towards mid, where Kustas was posted with that op. He ends up missing out a shot. Shank still pulling out a little bit of a smoke, still covering up that mid side. Now it's just going to be a fast take of mid. Full control is there. 50 seconds left in the round. Still, Rise, they still want to stay posted up towards that mid side. They still have one more target to aim on, at least over towards B Heaven. That's GMD with that first contact. Mikhail back in B main, can't get anything done, so he has to run for the hills. Now it's GMD around the corner, not going to be able to take down anything, so instead it's Rise with a free sight.
Look at that. Mikhail is just completely evacuated. He knows that if he holds his B-main position, this retake becomes a whole lot easier. Rise was so quick to burst, but look at this HP. Kusa's got a great flank as well. First kill goes to his pocket, back to a 4v4, but again, HP the most prevalent thing on the side of Rise, and that's what makes this such a big issue.
Still steady from Mikhail, but they know that he tried to abandon this position, and just like that, just a shoulder peek is gonna get that information. Watch out for the double pop and Heaven right as Kusta's trying to go for a wide swing right in the middle of sight. Stim Beacon's not gonna be able to do anything, so instead now it's just Nature and Sean trying to go in, watching each other sixes, but it's Rise that end up blowing up the entire clock. It's 5-0 as the time is up for Gen.G. They can't buy in the next round either. So it's just been shambles for these last 5 rounds for Gen.G.
But this map is so unbalanced.
About that.
That's why people hate
perfectly played post-plant round coming out from Rise. They know that there's a flank present, and I mean, if you look at the mini-map, it's one of the most powerful post-plant situations. So many crossfires can be held. They isolate the fight on Mikhail back towards B main. They clear him out, and then the focus pivots back to the left side or in the right side of that pillar, where Rise, comboing with those crossfires from backside and on that pillar, and then from B main, are able to take that round. Nicely done. Gen.G, like you mentioned, no money here, no chance to buy, and it's Rise with a very, very solid opportunity to, again, extend that lead. And their economy, it is golden. That last round sets them up for, I'd say, the entirety of the
For some teams, it's attack side. I'd say for the most part, it's CT-sided, but...
Oh, absolutely. I mean, really, Rise, just off of that last dub alone, they're going to be able to pretty much win out this entire half unless Gen.G wins 6 rounds in a row.
I would say like some teams are way better on attack than they are on defense on this map.
Now Gen.G still sticking up with a couple of pistols. Could definitely make some noise. And there you go. Nature. A couple of fireworks over in Heaven a week late. He ends up getting himself 2 big kills back with a Sheriff. He's still trying to make his way back over towards A, where he's actually spotted another player. Hopefully it's not a false alarm, which indeed it is. It's Derek with a spike in Heaven still. Kusta from below, but can't get anything done. And instead, off of that 1 kill, Derek is able to get a revive onto Poise. And now it's a 2-man disadvantage for Gen.G. Sean still holding his own, getting a kill onto Derek, but that was all the way back in sight. Shanks was coming back from main, ends up getting the flank. Nature wants to complete a 5-kill, not ace, but a 5K round, but Neptune's gonna shut it down. 6-0, Sully.
Got a little scary there when Nature gets those 2 kills, but he's not able to hold that position by himself. You saw the Viper will go up. He wants to try and
stream kept me well occupied after missing a ferry. Any fun things in Nanaimo you'd recommend?
Throws the stage wall up and
there really isn't much in Nanaimo. I don't know if any of you guys lived in Nanaimo or have ever visited Nanaimo.
On the left side,
there really isn't much.
Pretty much golden. Superman.
Wild Play is fun. I really like Wild Play.
Short in terms of everyone else.
My favorite restaurant here is Nori Sushi.
Rise are looking really solid, and it looks like we're gonna have a fast play. Cosmic Divide was just primed, I think, by Superman. So they're looking for something. Double cage set up for a lurk play. And there's no operator here. Cages go up. Cosmic Divide goes out, but thankfully Kusa's good for the first and denied out of the sky possibly. But from the grave, Neptune's gonna find the trade back. A 4v3 and effectively slowed them down.
But never mind. Superman just goes out essentially dry, and he takes down Kusta. So just like that, that control that was lost, Sully, has immediately been regained, and Rise are currently in a 3v3 against Gen.G, who are still behind the Cosmic Divide.
I'm not too sure what the post-plant idea here is from Gen.G. That spike, it's right out in front, and it is so much more difficult to hold from that position. I mean, look at these angles that they're taking. Really, the pivot comes down to Superman and Gen.G. 2 players approaching. There's a trip in their face, so they are perfectly primed. And Derek has got a really great angle on Sean coming out from Heaven.
Derek has to continue this position, though. Nobody's going to clear out elbow. It's only Derek, but Derek completely misses. But at the same exact time, it's GMD in the middle of sight with the satchels, with a showstopper, clearing up the middle of sight. That's a big combo from Gen.G, finishing up a very clean 3v3 into a 3v0 for their first round.
It's Sanaimo, is how it's actually pronounced.
That Sean throws, I think,
and that's because
Boy's blind in that little
First
corner that he was holding right out from the left side of his tripwire.
Sure.
So they're very quick to take that fight, very quick to clear out that close corner and kind of explode on the side. As soon as Neptune gets the kill, or probably not Neptune, as soon as GMD gets the kill, he's very quick to push out with the showstopper, clear out the rest of the site.
I think you will ask for another 5 games of TENZ. Welcome back.
No casualties of mass. It's going to do wonders to their economy, but still Rise very solid footing in terms of their economy. They're going to run a default this time around, and maybe a little bit different from Gen.G's. There seems to be a big contest towards this B main area,
which is a little bit different.
Stay closer.
But are they actually trying to go for a peek? I think it is just kind of dry pressure, but no, good spot. Isn't exactly something that Gen.G likes to go towards, and Rise have been, you know, quite explosive, at least in terms of the takes early on.
Ooh.
Actually, no. Actually, the opposite. Slow.
I don't know why I really
Kusta,
don't like
however,
that gun.
Getting a kill back onto Poise, but this early control of B main is actually big for Gen.G.
Yeah.
They're starting to spread around a little bit more. No focus over towards Heaven. Instead, it's just going to be this wrap back over towards A Heaven, where it's Nature that still has an eye on Elevator that's been taken.
They know this is going to be a mid play again because Kusa finding that kill, pushing all the way deep into A main.
Just supporting 100 Thieves versus
players in B main. I guess they were just waiting to see if Rise were going to try and contact and push into them, but Shanks,
nice shot.
very, very attentive, is going to find Sean. Now that opens up a lot of avenues because you see a Sage wall thrown up in mailroom. You don't expect a flank here from Shanks, and he's in a really good position to cut off rotations. And his teammates, they really have to do the rest here. 3 versus 2 essentially on this A site. Neptune's going to clear out the site. They know the spike will go down. There's only a handful of positions they can play. Kusaga, who got that kill towards A main, they should expect him to play there. But Nature, this is the positioning that I'm not sure they will be prepared for. Or will they be prepared for these two players? Again, Shanks, prime position to cut off rotation. This post play is set up perfectly for this Heaven play.
Again, right in the middle of sight, but it comes down to the post-playing positions, which, again, Rise just have a whole lot of control towards that back line. It is essentially just eyes on Heaven and ramp. And now Superman, currently with that first contact to ramp, isn't actually able to get the kill. It's GMD getting it back. He has to dash back to elbow. GMD still trying to take up Heaven, and he ends up getting one from beyond the grave after Neptune takes him down. There goes the big trade. There goes the defuse. Nature, he's going to be able to take it over. A ninja defuse from behind the smoke, right as Kusta tries to help him out. A big round back for Gen.G.
And it's GMD who does so much work clearing out that Heaven essentially solo. He's able to find 2 massive kills, traded back again beyond the grave with that nade himself onto Neptune. So huge props to GMD for winning that fight up in Heaven, setting his teammates up for that defuse. And it was Shanks and Superman who were in no position. Shanks, who again was on that very, very long lurk towards defender spawn. Superman kind of holding up himself in screens, no position to play the post plant. And Gen.G, they've got a second round. Gus, earlier you were saying 6 rounds in a row from Gen.G seems preposterous, but here they are with 2 very confident rounds so far.
Yeah, very confident ones, and this next one is going to be almost literally a backbreaker. That's if Rise end up losing. Their economy could be split into 2, going back into a reset. So Gen.G, certainly they found potentially the right formula in terms of positioning.
He got his balls cut off.
Is this early Viper's Pit, Sully? It's a Viper's Pit in the middle of Heaven.
Yeah, they know that they've lost full mid control. The Boomba goes up. They're anticipating, I imagine, some kind of play through the mid side.
You're so
and that's
skinny.
why Nature pops his ultimate. But the main focus for Rise,
I know.
it's not towards Heaven. It's just one player. And Superman, he's going to sell them, right? He's thrown 2 stars up. He's obviously already activated Grabwell. And now they come through the main side. Kusa struggling to get that kill. And there's the punish swing from Nature, but he's going to go down. And Gen.G crumbling at the seams on this A site. And it's Shanks, who was in the elevator position, had to do absolutely nothing. And now he maintains a crucial part of this A post plant.
And again, such an incredibly interesting idea, Sully, going for that Viper Spit in Heaven, but that is, again, just a denial of post-plane control in general, and is what it is, right? It's Rise, they found themselves in a very, very optimal scenario, right in the middle of sights, even getting up yet another one over towards Heaven, as that was the control that Gen.G was trying to deny in the first place. But now it's Sean, Mikhail having to save. It's going to be a 7th round for Rise. That idea of 6 rounds in a row for Gen.G is going to go away. Indeed, Rise is going to win out this half. And we are back, of course, to square one. As both teams currently have very similar economies once again.
You know, it sucks because I just said that you said it was preposterous for Gen.G to get 6 rounds, and I go, well, Gen.G just got 2 really competent rounds, and then Rise.
It was competent. You know, I'll give it to you.
Really solid execution straight into it.
Do you have anything from the 100 Thieves Foundation's collection? I do. I have everything from the collection.
I think if he's maybe able to muster that kill, I don't know if Nature would have been in a prime position because you can just see the crazy util dump. 2 stars, 1 being a gravel, preventing his swing in the first place, then a Nebula coming out as well to prevent or at least make the swing a lot more difficult. No matter what, he's going to be swinging through his Viper's Pit, and then the slow orb. So I think it's just a great execution from Rise all around. Good time to call attack pause, I'd imagine, for the side of Gen.G, as you need to decide how do you want to manage out the rest of this half. Your economy definitely not in the best position whatsoever, so sort it out now. Ensure that moving forward, you're going to have a strong buy approaching the end of this half, whereas Rise, on the other hand, that concern isn't too big of a worry.
Yeah. Technical timeout, or tactical timeout, coming out from Gen.G. As we await yet another moment to head into the next round, Sully, at least thinking about that one again, it's such a. I'm still stuck in the Viper's Pit because again, it's a great idea, and I keep going back to it, and I don't really need to. But Gen.G, they lost out on early control of A main. They go back, they decide to use it. That, Sully, is a message to me that Gen.G
no one
has
cares what you look like. You look fine.
In their retakes. It's not actually a bad sign. To me, that means that Gen.G is on another level in terms of potentially motivation or confidence.
You look so
but,
good.
you know, this is starting to get misplaced because Rise now is just starting to turn up the pressure, just starting to get more aggressive, turning off the tempo for Gen.G even.
All right, you get a little concerned because Gen.G, this is typically their best side. 83% win rate so on the defensive half of split, so Rise definitely showing attacking prowess at the moment. They've done this a handful of times where they show pressure towards one side of the map. And like, for example, when you were talking about that Nature Viper, it's a reaction to the fact that they expect players to come from elevator.
Did you just turn off the sink?
Full control there, so
what?
Preemptive Viper's Pit.
Oh my, you forgot? You were wondering why the sink was running for You're kidding me.
After really, Neptune, who's been kind of the key component.
I have to do everything for you.
This A side. And this B side is
I have to fill your water bottle up for you too? Oh my god.
On this defense.
No, Sully, they're not conditioned whatsoever. It's gonna be that Brimstone that has to run for the hill. And it was actually an orbital strike comes in from beyond the grave. Mikhail takes on Derek, and Sean is here to try to help out. Sully, Rise, they essentially had a red carpet here on B. There were only 2 players playing up that crossfire, and Gen.G were somehow able to equate that into a man advantage situation.
Yeah, now look at Shanks. Now that they've got the man advantage here, Gen.G, Shanks is like, okay, I'm going to create my own advantage. Superman literally just needs to stay alive, breaking the ankles here of Gusta, and it's up to Shanks here now.
Hello.
Here he comes. Shanks out from behind. It's a firing range in front of him, and he ends up getting 2. Superman with the last. Rise with an 8th round, shutting down Gen.G.
There you go. That's what you love to see from Shanks. Gus, we were talking right before we hopped into this match, and we said, man, Shanks against XSET, he did not look like the Shanks we know and love. We know Shanks can pop off. In this series, in this first map, he is coming up clutch, and he is doing the business to Gen.G at the moment. This flank perfectly telegraphed. The communication between Shanks and Superman in this situation has to be hectic. He's selling him, just stay alive, draw attention. I can get all of them with this flank, and he does exactly that. Gen.G stunned as Rise take an 8th round now, and they're again gonna keep applying that pressure straight into B main.
It's another spark for a team that desperately wants a result. Sully, in goes Rise once again, over into B main, but this time it's a 3-man B site, and this time finally Rise were able to get that first pick. Right from behind the wall, it's gonna be Kusta, but one other person on top of the wall. Gotta watch out for verticality sometimes. Derek ends up getting the kill, and now it's only 3 players remaining for Gen.G. The defense has broken down, but they have rotated very quickly. Out goes GMD with a nade right through the wall. That snake bite, same thing. That wall's about to go down. That cosmic divides more specifically. And finally, that leads into the battle. It's going to be Nature going in for one, Sean going in for another. And now it's Shakes back with another kill. Nature now in a 1v3. And it is pure chaos for Gen.G that began to make it look possible, Sully.
It was chaos for both sides, let me tell you. Rise, Shanks again coming up huge. They played like 3 players towards that backside, and you just don't expect that 3rd player. With this swing, knowing that they're playing for the information, trying to punish immediately onto this guy, but finding Mikhail right in that position, you would basically catch.
Game is too loud, we can't hear.
Gen.G were very quick for that rotation. They were able to play
how much lower do you guys want it?
A little bit extra time, but at the very end, Rise, 3 players in that backside. You never expected that third player to be there.
No,
Gen.G, they are possibly staring at a 10-2 scoreline, given the fact that their bye is not going to be in the best shape. But look at Gen.G, all of this map control. How do Rise respond? I guess the best option is going to be have to take a little bit towards mid, given the fact, well, there are 3 stars there.
Yeah, 3 stars for Rise, and that does seem just about the lane that they want to take. Let's see how they end up. Ooh, what?
That boy flying.
Let's see how they end up going back off of this. Nice, nice little dash there. A little bit longer of a dash than I actually would have thought. But now Shakes is safe. The rest of Rise is safe. But yes, over towards mid, it is GMD, at least with an eye. No smoke in that position.
Do you want to just go grab dinner maybe? I'll just end the stream right now.
Gen.G is that you leave mailroom so exposed. Yes, you've got this B main control, but if you were to lose mailroom, the focus comes back to B main, and look at this. So much util dumped on in, and there they go. Sean blinding himself and kills galore, at least at the moment, for the side of Riser. Might find a second here, but Mikhail, he's standing tall. Look at the nades going in. Look at the kills that are mounting for here for Gen.G. They've somehow recovered this, and it's down to a 3v2, left under the shoulders of Superman in the 1v3.
Okay.
And Mikhail can still keep going, right? He's got that stim beacon. Everyone's stimming up. Superman double 1 HP. How is he still alive? No, he's not alive. Mikhail comes in swinging, ring around the Rosie, a 4K from him, and it came down to that one.
Right after this map, we'll head out.
2 players on that front line. They immediately get that contact. The rotation is super quick, and Mikhail, well, he has full control of this situation, Sully.
Yeah. Did you come for tomorrow's Kiddie Friday? It has, yes.
Like,
so I'll be going and picking it up tomorrow.
I know what's going on. I hear the showstopper. I'm getting the heck out of here.
$150.
I will delay. Your death will not be in vain, and he does everything to stave off.
Guys, I ordered the best of the best sea urchin for this chat. I got Hokkaido Uni, which is from region. How is tomorrow? Yeah.
A little bit of a desperate
$150 for this much uni.
On the defensive side with a 9-3 scoreline.
That's a lot though. That's like
no. In a case, this is the case I'm talking about. The uni is this much.
Sure is. Rise.
And remember how thin it is, Tyson.
Right,
but that's like one sea
finally with a glimpse of hope. Of course, they need to actually carry that momentum for it to really matter. But no,
Tyson, come here.
Busta doesn't want to reveal that he is also here, but well. You might just go down to Derek. Derek has a headshot position, and indeed, just the pixel.
Guys, Tyson doesn't go aside, but he's so tan. Look at him.
They didn't want to rush anyways. They just want to contact over towards mid, and it's a take of A at the exact same time. Out goes the Viper wall, and out goes an immediate double satchel from GMD at the same time. So there's a very quick reactionary take of the A side.
Yeah, GMD is trying to put a little bit more pressure towards those back lines, make the retake a little bit more difficult. They're going to charge through the Viper's wall.
Is he tired? Of course he's tired, chat.
Big man advantage here for Rise in this post-plant scenario, and Gen.G, it's all about creating flanks, and look at GMD.
Look at GMD.
So he's tired. Hey Tyson, you want some quick D? You want that quick D?
You already gave it to me.
You want more quick
still
D?
in that 1v3.
Everyone's on that quick D.
After that little interaction, but yes, it still is going to be Rise planning on their feet, getting back.
I did. I already took it.
Again,
I took
really
5.
like that take. I just think that again, that second
5 drops.
over towards mid
no, you took 5 drops
have
too.
happened.
Oh really?
I feel like at least for a contact and sewer, it should be a little bit more safe, but that's hindsight. The take ended up working. They ended up getting the spike down. After that, it was anyone's game in a 3v5.
You feel like shit because you got the D?
Sully. It's the SMGs that are out, and we're not seeing the defense make any drastic measures.
Okay, well, Gen.G are going to buy back. That's the big measure, and
yeah, huge buyback.
Gonna have to be, right? The reasoning for this buy is, well, it's 10-3. If you let this round slip through, you give Rise a chance at the and then a bonus thereafter. So you want to contest as heavily as you can this round.
12, that is.
You get a couple of kills here, or you got a couple of kills in the last round. Spike plan as well makes this buy a little bit more manageable. So see what they've got. Everyone's got light shields, but everyone as well has a Spectre. So it's like a little bit worser of a buy than what Rise has in terms of shields. But Shanks.
Where do you want to go to eat, Ty?
Lovely crossfire being held here. He's going to cheat out from the flash, and he's ready to support his teammate. Derek is able to fall away, and he's even got this wall to support him as well. So it's not too big of a worry. And easily back away just like he does here. Currently, Gen.G looking for that B split, but 2 players lined up in the mailroom. It's a pretty
How old were you guys when you met each other? How old were we, Tyson? We were 14, 15?
Again, it's the spike that's going to be the biggest for Baron, and potentially how Superman can even hold back the initial contact from B main. I think he has 2 stars posted up right in front. Other that or just a singular star posted up in front of B main.
Kudo, what are you doing?
Play from Sean, maybe throwing off a bit of a contact over towards A, and indeed it is. One of the pillars of defense of Heaven ends up going out away, but still in comes the actual take. It's B-Man getting blown wide open. Superman still trying to hold it down, but he's only able to get one with that SMG, and out goes the rest of Gen.G. The site is theirs.
Very, very quick take. Great use of utility to isolate the players in that corner. Right back towards on the rafters. And Shanks, he's trying to cheat into it. He's actually created an opportunity, but there's one player on his flank. I don't know if Poise has recognized this threat just yet. He's got to at least win the first 1v1. The smoke is going to buy him a little bit extra time. 10 seconds left on the clock. He cannot die here. And he just isn't ready for it. Sean raining bullets from atop Heaven. Gen.G find their 4th round, and in their force buy, they save off possibly what could have been an 11th or possibly 12th round from Rise on their bonus.
Now, with just about 20 seconds left, too, you saw the 2 players rapidly trying to communicate with each other, and they were also going to go for a 2-man swing, Sully. So they even had a trade set up at the very end of that very, very chaotic situation. So overall, a dub for Gen.G. They're going to continue on their route. And like you said, just staying away from that reset is all they needed. Now, of course, just in this next round, they need to do what Rise ended up succeeding in the last half. Having a good bonus.
wanted to give you a kiss.
Maintain the cash, maintain the SMGs. Hopefully nobody dies, and hopefully not everyone gets flashed. Everyone got flashed there. Kind of funny little moment. Still most of Rise sitting up over towards that mid-side.
Pho sounds good. Do you want something like that? Pho?
Maybe, but it looks like Rise.
Oh my god.
Catch them with their pants down, but nope. Buckles are out, and
that's awesome.
Gen.G with a 5th round. Very nice and easy. I think that flash kind of
Brimstone, what the fuck?
Towards the mid side and Eco round.
That sounds very familiar.
So getting that flash play, they were very much prepared for.
That's like last meta. This is.
You know, Mikhail, during one of your guys' games, he went like 1. He only had 1 kill.
Gonna keep the guns I imagine that they have for this bonus, but it's a very high risk, high reward situation. Yes, if you win this round, your economy's set in stone.
Oh, I think you wiener lover for the 2 months. Hi, KYEDAE. Hope you're having a great day. Oh.
Possibly could find 11, and thereafter we would have won 2 rounds. So
yeah.
Risky game for Gen.G. With these Spectres, the focus is towards this left side of the map, and it looks like already very quickly,
this guy's running like an agent used in beta.
Respond by Rise to try and get some map control back. It's Gen.G.
That's so like last year.
And very quick thing, Sully, that I'm starting to realize about the Viper Wall from Nature. He is very much against throwing it out earlier on in the round, and seeing Nature actually pulling this up over in B early on.
I personally think Sky is such a shit.
2017 Valorant, right?
But that's usually what happens on this far. The Viper Wall goes up.
Why do people run Sky? I feel like it's so bad.
And potentially, again, that B site still being the target. Mid side still being pressured out. 2 players over towards mail room. You do have one very, very close. GMD about to pop. And one person over in the B site decides to take it all.
The pop flashes of Sky are insane, though. Like,
but look at the damage done.
Yeah, they're insane, but people play Sky like a duelist.
Coming in as a hero, and watching his teammates is 6.
There's other the duelist characters are better for Sky, and all Sky's doing like flashing. You could create way more space with like something else, or like a Phoenix flash instead. Like, that works better in my opinion. And like I don't know, her ult is okay, but it's kind of like mediocre. And then
coming out from the 2 of them, and Gen.G. just Nature left.
I don't know how to explain it.
Oh. Almost got the.
Oh my god, he almost has it off.
Hey, you dumbass!
His jaw is stuck.
Oh my god!
11-5 for Rise.
Oh my god!
Wait!
How do you? Oh my gosh!
How do you do that?
Kudo! Is going to be back in their favor.
No, you're not.
Besides, and moving forward, that's going to be the biggest factor.
Can you win on your right? No, I didn't. There's a piece of plastic hurting him. Oh my god!
Holy shit!
Oh my god!
That probably we look back at least on the replay from that round. Like,
that's why you don't take it off, you stupid.
He thought you heard him, so he went to go sit on me.
Yeah, he did.
Is certainly a change of pace. 3 players over towards that A side. They have taken away the first contact of Superman in the middle of B, and instead going for 3-2-4.
But
gotta keep it on for what? 10 to 11 more days.
Yeah, like we can't take it off sadly, because if he licks his balls, he has to go back.
R.I.P. those stitches.
Yeah.
Again, we see Derek here once more with his infamous judge that we saw in the last round. We'll see if he can.
Just imagine getting your balls chopped off, boys.
But look at the rotation.
Imagine getting coned for 2 weeks.
And then imagine getting coned.
That area is essentially clear. Neptune's now leading back in towards Heaven, trying to support teammates there, but Gen.G, they have their sights set on the B-bomb site.
Got hurt.
We started with a 3-player stack on the A side. Gus, it's transitioned back here.
I think you ejaculasaur for the prime.
I find it so cool how like fast a dog's heart beats.
Yeah, the
like
structure
way
from the beginning of the
faster
round
than
has completely changed.
I feel like his
Seekers
heart
could
beats
certainly
3
help out
times
a little
faster than
bit.
mine, or 4 times faster.
That Sage should have actually killed one of the Seekers instead of just giving out that last piece of information over towards the backside. But it is what it is. In comes Superman. It's going to be the first contact. He's going to be.
Oh, Superman!
And Superman continues to spray. The Phantom works for 3. GMD still taking one back on top of Neptune.
What the fuck was that?
From heaven. Shanks comes in, flying already all the way from the A site, and he's already dropped. He drops right into the crosshair of 2 players.
Why did he just jump out of heaven with the judge like that?
And there goes Gen.G with yet another round to stop Rise from building up any steam.
Yeah, Neptune had a very rough spray there. If he's able to win that fight as soon
what's
as
the
he
reason to
drops out of
have
heaven,
dogs get their
he's definitely
balls
gonna
cut
win
off?
the
I know
entire
it's called that,
round.
I never knew
Superman
why.
did
So basically,
everything he could.
we
Activates the
had to
gravel
sign
in
an
front of B main.
agreement
He
with
tried to lay this push, but that's the fight, and this I don't
breeder
say
that we are not allowed to breed this dog. But another reason being because he could go run around, so they don't, you know, get other dogs pregnant, complications, etc., etc.
Especially cannot be making plays like that, expecting
it just
crazy
minimizes.
Knives out for Shanks.
Also, behavioral issues, chat.
Yeah, because if they have their balls, they'll like don't want to hump everything.
They want to hump.
He's gonna be sure not to give him a free frag,
and
essentially not give him a free.
There's a lot of things they'd want to do.
Yeah.
And watch that
Doesn't it help with
cheeky
aggression
little
as well?
judge
Yes.
again.
Probably.
Yes.
Yet another round where this time it's actually Superman with a
Oh
judge.
my
Barely a
fucking
pick.
lord.
No way! Kusta coming out, and the judge can't do anything as Kusta
turned away
dashes
at the
past, and he's
wrong
out of
second.
range. Oh, it's a disaster still. It's, again, that was really the only hope that they had for kills, other than a boombot,
Hey.
apparently.
Yeah, I think Superman was really hoping to use that gravel. He was really hoping to use the gravel towards B.
Oh my god. I got a big waft of that. I was like,
activates the gravel. That's more of a testament to Gen.G's ability to
Cody,
coordinate
what are you
the
giving
sight
him to
hits.
eat?
He
This guy is...
spins around, activates the gravel, and at the exact same moment when there's contact in towards male, the push out comes from B main. So Rise, it is Derek. I don't think he's going to be attempting this one. Save the revive for the next round again.
Thank you, guys.
Unless you can maybe get into a 1 versus 1, but we're playing such great post-plant positions. He's just going to look for exits. Any damage to Gen.G's economy is going to be super
He
valuable,
also...
so don't blame him for trying. He could maybe lock at least one player.
Why does your breeder not allow you to keep his balls? Because this is the reason why. You have to pay more for a dog that you're allowed to breed, because technically you'd be able to breed dogs and sell them.
And make profit.
Yeah, the breeder doesn't want that from their strain of dog, therefore you have to sign an agreement that says, hey, I will not breed this dog,
is really an effect
and
anymore.
that's what we have to do for this dog.
2 rounds left.
Sell dogs? Yeah, I mean, that's what
Looks
people do,
away
they
at the
breed dogs and sell
perfectly
them.
wrong moment. Well, is what it is. It's a
Tyson, I
shambles
was
moment
telling
that
the chat how you had like
in the last 3
2
rounds.
other
Don't
girlfriends
really think
before
that the judge
me.
has gotten too much mileage, other than I think the 3
Kinda.
3 people that
That
were
is just a
spotted in
stupid
mid.
joke.
But, thank gosh, Sully. The judge is gone. The rifles are back, and now it's
I
a
didn't
little
even
bit
leave
more
my
aggressive
fucking
of a setup
room,
from
kinda.
Gen.G. You have a little bit.
And then you know what's crazy? People didn't believe me that they called me a liar for saying that you were my first boyfriend.
Maybe sold a pretty good feat with that early Viper
We're
routine,
our
but in
each other's
reality,
first.
Yeah, I know, but people think I'm lying. They're like, you're a liar. I was like,
causing
huh?
a lot of issues now.
How's
that
that?
Trailblazers going through B main.
Well, can you just break the agreement? I'm assuming you can get into some big shit.
Yeah, you could get into big shit.
You probably just get like a lawsuit and you have to pay like a shit ton of money or something like that.
Yeah.
Or even if it happens accidentally and like, I don't know, get deported.
Why would you want to lie about that shit anyways?
And it looks like they are prepared. Gravel goes out, but again,
look at these trips
I
set
don't know
up.
if Rise is taking this bait. Maybe a little bit too much, actually.
Cool.
Did you see?
Yeah, potentially so.
You
Again,
should've seen
over
Steel
towards
set up.
this A site, there's not going to
Oh
be
my God,
too
that's
much
so
of a
funny.
push in terms of this util. It's just gonna have to come down on how.
Oh, you
What's
got
gonna end up
caught
taking
in
this
the trap.
because of the pings.
The funny thing is, Jet doesn't break trips anymore, so entering with a Jet dash,
was already down in terms of
probably just
HP.
died most
Boys
of
is
the
still
time.
gonna get another kill right through the smoke.
Cypher's
That
actually
smoke
pretty
tripwire combo alongside the camps.
Oh.
It's so huge. And Gen.G, they continue to get fresh. That's GMD coming up from behind.
What, Shanks?
Shanks coming up from behind and getting
Holy
3.
shit.
Taking down down Gen.G at the very end of things, and it was Shanks who was already preparing for a heaven pop this entire time.
There's some beef going on there.
So
yeah.
Holy shit, this guy just emptied 2 clips.
Yeah, boys, there, that utility, that sight for util.
This guy was emptying clips as he was teabagging.
Push from Gen.G. He gets a phenomenal tag onto Kusa, slowing him down with that second tripwire. Gen.G, they wanted to try to flush out that elbow position with the orbital strike. Unfortunately, catching Kusa in the crossfire. Rise now on map point here in map number 1. Gen.G.
Rise lost to XSET.
A little bit more of a petri dish of a buy, not necessarily the worst buy, but it's not going to be this best economic situation. Is already.
How would they know he broke the agreement? I don't know.
No, you guys, it's just
better safe than
honesty.
sorry.
Oh my god. Why would you lie about that?
Yeah.
Like, you guys are asking some whack-ass questions.
I do wish I could breed him. He's so nice.
He would have been a really hot breed.
I didn't even see. It's very faded on my screen.
He's such a stud.
I swear to God, this dog is the nicest dog in the world.
Yeah, he is so sweet.
And
chat.
his behavior is really good
yeah.
too. So like,
so that's at least
people would kill for this dog. Straight up.
No, he's so sweet, chat. He's my parents, everybody that meets him says he's like the most affectionate dog that they've ever met.
He doesn't bark.
Yeah, he doesn't bark ever. He chicken barks.
Sean just pulled out that hound all the way from
the only thing he'll do if he's barking or like he'll if someone's at the door, no, he goes like he doesn't like do the really loud bark, which is annoying sometimes. So it's like someone's at the door, but it's not like so loud that the neighborhood knows.
Is a piss and shit goblin syndrome gone?
Honestly, yeah, he hasn't made an accident in
it's gone.
months or something.
Piss and shit goblin is gone, chat.
Oh, this dog, also for a toy poodle, he's able to hold his bladder overnight.
Yes, and chat, you should definitely research
Gen.G,
when you're how do you explain that? Like the bladder of a dog, because my mom's toy poodle can only hold her bladder for like what 4 hours or something. Kudo can hold it for what, probably a day. Honestly,
yeah. Gen.G are definitely hot on their heels at the moment with these executions.
The fact that round was, actually possible for them, considering
my toy poodle recently passed away.
The main sake.
I'm really sorry to hear that.
At least the amount of
I just had to get my
kind of shocking to me.
Family dog put down.
I guess still another opportunity to at least continue what is their current streak of economy, because they're actually about to get.
Do you give him baths? We do.
Let's see what happens though. In comes a very quick
not until after though. Right now.
Alongside wall, but there's one person in the middle of sight that they haven't spotted yet, and it's actually Neptune bouncing in a nade right into the middle of sight, taking down Kusta. Poise is still right behind the wall. Nature alongside Mikhail there too. Mikhail gets the kill. Multiple kills going back and forth, but it leaves in a 2-on-3. It's Derek Shanks and Superman trying to hold this one on back, making a 4th player. Poise joining the party. Sean now 1v3, and this could just be it. 10 more HP for the legend, and a 13th round for Rise, as they end up taking down
Gen. Like right after a boot camp, or like you don't make it out of like open qualifiers or something.
TSM.
Well, I was just gonna say, I feel like that's like really emo. Like everyone would be like extra sad.
TSM.
Stop.
TSM. Fuck. There's something in my throat, dude. Holy shit.
Stop,
that's fucked up.
Stop.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it is. I know KYEDAE is joking. KYEDAE woke up and chose violence today. What time is the place that we want to go to open?
Open tomorrow?
Open today. Good place.
So when you go here? Oh. Shit, wait. I meant to pause. Sorry guys. Oh my god.